Hello, everyone. So this is our day 4 of manifestation process. And we already spoke about the importance of thoughts, creating a thought hygiene, emotions, how to put more emotion into our vision, how to also become aware of all of the emotions, not just the good ones, but really allowing ourselves to feel all of it. And today we wanted to talk about a really important step, which is all about actions, right? Because we can think good thoughts, we can journal, we can do this, but yet we end up procrastinating and we're just not doing the things we need to be doing to get to our goals. And what we mean by aligned action, it's a very different kind of action. It's not an action that comes from, should I do this? Should I not do this? I must do that. I think I should be doing that. But this is more aligned action. It's an action that is in alignment with your goal, with your vision. And it comes more from a place of inspiration. This kind of action doesn't feel hard. It's not like you just like, oh, I really should be doing it. It may feel uncomfortable. It may feel challenging. And in fact, I invite you to really challenge yourselves and to step outside your comfort zone. That's what aligned action is. But you know that when you take this action, you'll have that feel of accomplishment, that fulfillment and satisfaction that a forced action will never give you. So what would you like to add to this?
So for me, aligned action sits on who you are. Because through the process up until now, we ask you to decide where you want to go. And then we told you that you need to line up your thoughts. And then we ask you to be aware of your emotions. Okay, emotions sits on the basis of who you are. Okay, and sometimes in the workplace we are actually suppressing who we are. So by going through the process, I believe you already understood how whatever motivates you, whatever makes you thrive, whatever makes you enjoy yourself, bringing yourself outside. Aligned action is actually when you bring yourself into the table. Okay, so for example, if I think I'm a leader, I want to be a director. Okay, aligned action will be that I understood what I want to be, what makes me happy in my job, what I want to emphasize with that bringing to work. And then aligned action is just combining everything. Where do I want to actually be with the positive emotion that actually motivates me, thrives me? Usually this sits on the basis of who we are. And that will make it so much easier for you to actually achieve what we want. And I intentionally wore this jacket to this video, okay? Because for me, clothes is all about expressing yourself and expressing who you are. And I'm not, let's say I'm not traditional, okay? So if you can look at my jacket, so this is an exercise that I'm doing always with myself. What will make me happy? And those patches made me happy. It raised a bra about, but I'm actually so happy when I'm wearing that this is what we want you to do. We want you to think about being a director. And for example, well, in the process, you decided that why you want to have it and what makes you energetic from the inside is the drive to guide people. So aligned action is finding opportunities within your current jobs to start training people. It will put a smile in your face. This is aligned action, combining where you want to go, why you actually want to get there, find that mojo inside of you and express it. That's aligned action for me. It's bringing yourself to your future.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a good example you gave, and I'm just going to run with it. So for example, let's say as a director, you probably do presentations, do presentation to the board, to the committee, whatever, right? So maybe you are the kind of person that don't put your hand up for presentations, so you don't speak up at the meetings. And as a director, you've got to speak up, right? You're a leader. You've got to lead people. So the aligned action can be like, well, maybe next time when somebody needs to be volunteered for a presentation, I'm going to do that and I'm going to present it. Even though my stomach is like in knots and, my head is spinning, but I know this is once this is done, I will feel just so fulfilled in every single cell of my body. And it's constantly challenging yourself. It's getting outside of the comfort zones and taking the actions. And one important thing when it comes to, actually a couple of important, but I want to start with intuition, because aligned action doesn't just come from here sitting there and trying to figure out things. So the way I get my inspired aligned actions is, for example, if I write my vision out, sometimes I would just sit with it and I would close my eyes and I would just I would ask my intuition, what is the next step I can take that will help me to get closer to my goal? And then you just listen. And I mean, guys, if you often think that pausing, slowing down throughout the day is a waste of time, but I promise you the opposite is true, because aligned actions don't come to you when you are busy running from one thing to next. So I really would like to invite you just to start making a bit of space in your day, maybe 5 minutes in the morning, maybe in the evening, and just ask, like, what is the next step I can take towards my goal? And allow yourself just to sit there and see what comes up. And I promise you, if you do that, you will start getting this little nudges. It's like, oh, I can do this, or I can do that. And then, of course, the secret is to act on it, no matter what your mind says, no matter how scary it may feel. But that's the aligned action.
So if you are not connected to intuition, so go with what makes you thrive, put a smile in your face. And again, even if you think that with your function, you don't have a way to express in your outlets, the one that actually makes you enthusiastic from the inside, what I promise you is the minute you put your attention on it, stuff that you did not see before, those opportunities will come to you. So aligned action is also understanding the opportunities the universe present to us by acting or keeping in our mind what we're searching for. Think about your brain as a function that you actually, it's very powerful, but you have to tell it where you want him or where you want to dedicate, where do you want to go to. So I will give you an example. If you're buying a car that you usually never saw, the minute you buy it and your mind holds the picture, you start seeing it across the street. I promise you that no one went and bought the car just because you did. Just when your mind holds a picture, it starts opening and making you see stuff, because he understands from you, this is what makes your heart sing. And the universe only wants to bring you what makes your heart sing. So by first identifying it, understanding this is what you want to do, then it will start showing up. And once it will start showing up, aligning action is actually going for those opportunities. Don't sit those one out. This is actually your chances from the universe to get to where you want.
And you literally took my train of thought. I was going to go with this. So I'm so glad you brought this up, because aligned action can sometimes be not what we thought it would be, right? So for example, running with the example of becoming a director, and I gave you also an example, maybe it will be to volunteer to speak at the next presentation, next event, but maybe it's your colleague comes to you and they say, look, we've got this like a function to not happening at work. And you're the kind of person who would normally go home to feed the kids, do the homework, whatever it is. But maybe this time, because that opportunity comes to you, you should actually go to that event, because at that event, you can meet a person and the whole new opportunity, or the world of opportunities, will open up for you. So just like what Sari says, stay open to opportunities. Don't kind of put your blinkers on, stay open. And if somebody comes to you with a suggestion, then just sometimes allow yourself to kind of do opposite to what you normally would have done.
And again, if you currently were sitting at day 4, if you forgot and you want to remind yourself, it's a good thing. I told you, keep that page of everything that you wrote close to you. Open it up right now. Look at it. The 5 seconds that Lena recommended you would have a space for you. So open it up. And from a very logical place, saying the only thing I want is for my mind to know what I want to achieve. And trust your mind. That brain of yours is a very powerful thing. It creates everything in your universe. When you decide to see something, believe me, Nobody will be able to change it. Reality will reflect what you want. And what we want you right now through this process, understanding this power, and actually for the first time, control this machine. Let this machine knows where you want to go. And then everything will fall into place. Remind her, how do you want to feel? Where do you want to go? What exactly details do you want? And what makes your heart sing? And what makes your heart sing will open up opportunities for aligned actions for you. And believe me, you would be surprised on how you would show up. And very important things, once the first time it happens to you, please acknowledge it, because your brain needs a feedback loop. It needs to know this is what you want to achieve, and we want to start a cycle to get you where you want it. So the first time it happens and you thought it, wow, I'm a magician, I did it. That's a signature to the universe that this is what you want, and it will bring you more than that. And the second thing I asked of you is to come tell us, because we will be so happy for you and we will definitely want to know about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So just elaborate a little bit on what you said with the exercise. So remember, the first day we went and we did a whole brain dump on a paper. What would you like to achieve, to create in your career? The second day was to either rewrite it or connect emotions to it. So to charge your thoughts with the extra energy. And now I would invite you to read through it. And I mean, my recommendation would really be just to sit with it for a couple of minutes and ask, what is the most aligned action, most inspired action I can take? And you may actually have 3 or 4 of them. And don't worry whether it's coming from your mind, intuition, it doesn't matter, but maybe write 3 or whatever is coming up for you, write them down. And like Sarit said, connect to the one that feels most exciting to you. That's why it's coming to you. That's what you must act on. So if you get like list of 3 or 4 or 5, doesn't matter, but always pick the one that feels the most exciting, that makes your heart sing. And believe me, even if you don't get anything, that's absolutely fine. Just keep on carrying on with it. Remember, it's a muscle, right? It's a muscle that we need to train. If you want to go and get a 6-pack, you're not just going to go look once at a gym and say, oh, it's not going to work for me. You're going to persist with it. And it's the same thing with this. Just keep on going. And believe me, you will start getting some incredible actions to take.
And just acknowledge it when it happened. And I promise you it will. And in the meantime, if you are a fashion person like me, zazz up your day, make it fun. So even if you wear a jacket, go out, buy some patches. It's fun.
Don't buy patches.
You get to be a director with red hair and patches. You would be the cool one if this is yours.
Well, I don't know. We're going to have to agree to disagree on patches, but whatever makes your heart sing, remember, that's the most important thing.
Definitely.
Cool, guys. Well, let us know how it goes with the actions. If you're receiving any ideas, any thoughts, if you've got any questions, you're welcome to ask us. And remember, like, share, subscribe, comments, and we'll see.
We are here. We are here for you.
Yes.
We're here for you.
Yeah. Okay. See you soon.
Good luck. Bye.